bottom window has been framed in. I'm really happy with the results of it. It's actually a double wall. If you look at how we did this, we have the first wall, which is this guy here, and then there's a sill plate that's been bolted next to it. So we actually have two separate walls right next to each other. And of course, we've added an additional wall or a glass here. All of these came from Sage, these glass sheets. This here is an opening for a Pella window system that I purchased through a local friend, my contractor, Eric Wilcox, who's helping me. We got this Pella window system. It's 12 feet opening, so it's gonna really allow me to open up the doors and get some acoustic transfer, if you will, between these two spaces. Or not, I can just close them, and then this room over here, the one that's sort of painted in blue, can be its own thing. Take you into the control room here. Biggest change, mostly structural stuff. You can see that we've added some strapping to these walls here. The concern is in a seismic event, since this is a load-bearing wall, and we pulled out a huge chunk of it, it would be a good idea for us to actually have some reinforcement, and that's what these little metal straps are doing. I was advised to add some strapping. So if you look, you can see some metal brackets up there. Those are Simpson hurricane brackets. The idea is that in a seismic event or a wind event, if there's ever anything that would cause the roof to move, that should keep it in place.
Salt
The dehumidifier. It prevents any buildup from moisture. So it'll prevent the two windows from fogging up. Which has happened, because I've been in studios before where they didn't do it, and at first it's no big deal, but within 5 or 6 years you're like,
super fogged up.
wow, why is it all foggy inside? So on to windows again. I wanted to take a second and point something out. So this is the second window that separates the piano room from the drum room, directly across from the ISO booth on the other side. So again, this was something that was harvested from Sage Recorders in LA, and it now resides here. So I wanted to take a second to stress something really important that you just don't think about when you're building a studio, but you really have to be super, super critical when it comes to cleaning the glass that exists inside these window frames, particularly the inside pieces of glass, because you'll never be able to clean them again. And you'll go mad if you don't. Once you have this thing sealed up, you'll never get it clean, because it's literally both sides of this glass, the one that's here and the one that will end up here tomorrow. You'll never get it out. So you gotta really spend a lot of time on that big control room window. We spent probably a couple of hours trying to get both of those clean. And we managed to get them super clean. And this thing is no different. I spent probably 30 or 40 minutes yesterday just polishing this glass and making sure that it's smudge and streak free. I'm gonna have to hit it again because I bumped into it a few times when I was putting in this finishing touch. So as demonstrated, I'll try to get a better angle over here in the light. In this situation here, we basically finished it with Owens Corning 703 insulation, and I wrapped it with some fabric I got at a local fabric store that kind of matches the burgundy vibe that I'm really into. And it really looks nice up against this oak. Different than the control room, which you can't really see from here, but we did that one in brown, just because it's what I had and it looked cool. At any rate, once that stuff was put in, we sprayed a 3M glue, which, if you'll bear the camera movement, what is it? It's 3M 90 strength contact adhesive. It works really well, and it's kind of the thing that we use when doing fabric over insulation panels. I know there are other products, but that's the one that I've used over the years and always had good results. So obviously you want to make sure you use plenty of adhesive, particularly on these areas up top where gravity over time is going to kind of cause the insulation and the glue to degrade, and it will cause that fabric to droop a little bit. I realized after the fact, probably not a smart move to put this super dark burgundy, almost purple colored fabric in the room that is exposed to exterior light, because you can even see across the way on those acoustic panels that we have on the wall that we got from Sage. It's the same fabric. The UV rays will destroy it eventually. I didn't think about that, but whatever. I'll have to redo them again at one point in the future. But for now, they look cool. Obviously these, once it's sealed, I'm not taking these windows out again for any reason, even if the fabric fades. So it kind of is what it is. So at any rate, to wrap it up, yeah, I'm gonna be spending a lot of time polishing this glass, both the sheet that's here, as well as the one that we took out of Sage back in LA. And this is his component piece here, his companion piece. So that one's gonna need a ton of work. I'm gonna throw it up here on the pool table and have at it.